Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I hope you are doing wonderful today. Happy holidays, and I hope you guys are ready for an altcoin season. Altcoin season, that thing ain't gonna happen. It hasn't happened. Everybody's been talking about altcoin season, but it just hasn't happened yet. It's never gonna happen, say some. Not me, not here, not on this channel. I've been talking about how I still believe 220-ish days left of bull market in this crypto space. And right now, we are actually seeing a bullish signal for altcoins. The thing that we've been waiting for, guys, is kind of happening right now. It's a game of Bitcoin versus altcoin dominance, and we've got to take a peek at it. Now, Bitcoin is coming lower today. Yes, that is true. But some coins are actually holding their value versus Bitcoin today quite spectacularly. Wow. Like Doge, like others. We've got to take a peek at it. I've got some breaking news for you guys today as the Bitcoin charts are breaking down slightly. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. Do me a favor, guys. Tap that like button. Tap that like button. And let me go ahead and share the screen here. So here you have Bitcoin at 93K, and let's jump right over to the big message I have on the day. Bitcoin dominance is coming on down. Shout out to the chat real quick and everybody here on the Mondays, the Monday Fun Days. Shout out to Waldo, Peen in the chat, Pickle Rick, Big Crypto, Nobody Knows, J-Dog, James, Potts McBlaze, and John 316, a legend, and Servando Estrada. Hope you're doing well today, guys. So here we go. Let me actually switch up the view on this thing very quickly. Okay, so this is your Bitcoin dominance chart. If you've been watching our videos as of late, this has been the main focus for us, especially for me. This has been a big focus for me. We were kind of fearful of potential big crashes for altcoins with this giant wick to the upside on December 20th. Bitcoin dominance wicked all the way up to 59%, suggesting that perhaps maybe Bitcoin dominance wasn't done rallying yet. The good news is that we saw some resistance here at the bottom of this trend line. This green candle just barely came up into that range. But if you zoom out and you look at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin dominance, this is very healthily below this area. Now, I did draw out an example for you guys several times, something along the lines of this. Okay, we're breaking down. Now we broke back above. We could potentially reject off there and come back down and then break down lower. This move could be playing out. I have this little red arrow drawn in there. I can get rid of that. You know where I think it's going. You know where I want it to go. We are on the first day of this weekly candle. Now, this weekly candle is going to be very important. If this weekly candle can come back lower, your altcoins, and let's just look at Doge, because I've done a lot of Doge content recently saying that I think we could find a floor here. I was getting a little worried because we had Bitcoin falling in its US dollar value. We have Bitcoin dominance rallying, but Bitcoin dominance has plugged has stopped the rocket ship blast off mode that it's had. And now we're starting to head down. Again, daily candle. Yesterday we had a red one after a green one. This daily candle is quite big and red right now. I'd like to see this come a lot lower, guys. I'd like to see this come a lot lower. Dogecoin's a good example. And I was trying to kind of, hint that I thought we could find a bottom here for Doge. I was getting fearful on this red candle in particular. And right here after this green candle. But we are now headed back in the right direction, increasing the possibility that this is in fact a potential bottom for Doge versus Bitcoin, which makes so much sense to line up with what we've seen in the past for Dogecoin, my friends. And why am I talking about Doge so much? Because if you want an altcoin season, Dogecoin is a decent indicator as to when that's happening. So is Ethereum. When Ethereum starts to rally, when Dogecoin starts to really, really melt faces and rally, specifically, this bounce off that trend line for Dogecoin versus Bitcoin, that was when altcoin season really popped up. We're waiting on that moment now. Now we're waiting on that moment. And we would like to see, let's actually look at the weekly candle for this. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? On the weekly time frame, look at how perfect this is playing out. I've been talking about this potential Nike swoosh. Do you see it? Do you see it? 2 weekly candles bringing down exactly to my target for Doge versus Bitcoin. What does this have to do with the rest of the crypto market? Bitcoin dominance is coming down. And it's such an interesting way that this is happening. Bitcoin is falling, though Doge's price, yeah, it's down a little bit today. Doge's price is actually holding strong around the 30-cent level, which is why Doge versus Bitcoin's kind of coming up today to start this weekly candle. We are not out of the woods yet, guys. We are not out of the woods yet. I want to remind you guys that I would feel best, and it's sad to say this, but I would feel best if we saw some daily candle closes sitting right on the top of this. See how nice these weekly candle closes are sitting right on top of this range. See how snug as a bug this red candle is right on top of that blue line there. I would really love to see that on the weekly time frame or on the daily time frame for our total market cap. Now on the weekly time frame, we're having that kind of trend. Maybe this is that week. Maybe this is that week where this weekly candle is still going to bleed out a little bit. Maybe in the next few days. I don't know. Are we going to have a bloody Christmas? I don't know. I would feel best, though, if we had at least a daily candle close down here. We don't have to. You know what? Hey, if we can just keep skyrocketing up, that'd be great. But we're seeing the market turn over a little bit. Fortunately, altcoins, some of them, like Doge, are holding some strength right now. Even Shiba Inu is holding this 2.402 level that I've been talking about a lot. Jasmy coin is actually holding around this range. I've been talking about, if this broader market slips, if Bitcoin dominance rallies, Jasmy could come back down. There's a lot of coins I've been talking about. I'm really cautious on this total market cap, but maybe we're living in a world where Bitcoin is going to slip a little bit and altcoins are going to hold their value versus Bitcoin. And we're just going to see kind of a big move out of Bitcoin and some of the other lower cap altcoins that, are less stable, like a Doge or a Shiba or a Crow is holding very nicely around this 15-cent level right now. I've been talking about how Crow coin could come down to 12 cents. It could. Unfortunately, though, that would mean Bitcoin dominance would have to rally. Bitcoin dominance is not rallying, which is good for not seeing a 12-cent Crow, which is good for not seeing Dogecoin break down versus Bitcoin more, which is good for not seeing Dogecoin break lower than 30 cents. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is dominance is going to continue to go down here 100%. We don't know. We're just following the trend right now. Maybe it's going to come all the way down this line and get a bounce here. Maybe it's going to stop right here and turn the other way for Christmas. And we're going to have, this is a fake out altcoin season again. Let's talk about some of the big stories here in the crypto space. If you're watching on X, welcome to the Crypto Report, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. Give us a repost. Give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, light audience today on YouTube, 55 of you guys there. Do me a favor, smash a like. And let's get into some of the big news stories. Now we kind of did a little bit of a market update. Did I miss anybody in the chat? I hope you guys are doing great. What do we got? JD, Curtis, Carlito, and Waldo. Happy holidays, guys. And Chris. Yes, happy holidays, guys. JJ says, I'm hoping Bitcoin goes to 85K so I can buy back altcoins. You know what? If Bitcoin does go down to 85K, then I think that you're going to get even more of a discount on those altcoins. Bitcoin cannot dip down to 85K without altcoins. If Bitcoin dips down to 85K, Dogecoin is definitely going to break below 30 cents. XRP is definitely going to break below $2. And you're going to see Crow coin probably come down to 12 cents as well, maybe even 10 cents. This is a real world. You have a great point, JJ. We don't have any guarantees that Bitcoin is going down to 85K, though. The question I have for you guys in the chat today is, will Bitcoin end December in the red or in the green? Let me know what you think. Okay, so let's look at some of the big gainers, big losers right now. Here's the truth, guys. Bitcoin's down 2%. You would expect to see some altcoins down 10 or 20%. Now, there are one or two that are down a little bit more, right? Hype has been pumping lately, so it's down 8% today. That makes sense. Move is down 4%. Uniswap is only down 4%. A lot of these altcoins are not really in the red. A lot of these, Pepe is down less than Bitcoin today. Casp is down less than Bitcoin today. Jasmine's down less than Bitcoin today. That is why you're seeing Bitcoin dominance come down, or because you're seeing Bitcoin dominance come down is why altcoins. It's just because that's the direction the market's going right now. More people are actually selling out of Bitcoin than they are out of their altcoins right now, which is very interesting. It could be a signal that people are anticipating an altcoin season. And this is a good thing, because in an altcoin season, guess what? It's not like Bitcoin goes down. Bitcoin generally goes up in altcoin seasons. Right now, Bitcoin's going down a little bit and altcoins are going down less. Some altcoins are going up today. Just a few. Aave's up 15%. FTT token. I can't believe this coin's still around. Oh my gosh. I told you guys this thing would pump at some point. At one point, this thing was below $1. I can't believe that you could have made gains on FTT token. The token associated with the defunct crypto exchange FTX is horrible. You've got some coins that are up today. Binance is up 4% and Bitcoin's down. This is why, all the charts make sense. Bitcoin dominance is down. Altcoins are kind of rallying today. And it's also kind of why we're not really seeing the total market cap dump bigly today. I'd like to see, again, that fell swoop move and a bottom established at 3 trillion, because it's our previous total market cap high for the total market cap of crypto. I just want to make a good, strong floor of that. We don't have to. Maybe we just go up, but let's get into some of the news stories, guys. There's a couple of news stories I want to share with you guys. So first up, if you do want to trade some of the volatility, you can sign up for Blowfin. Checking out our link, you can trade all your favorite coins here on Blowfin. Up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you do sign up. If you want to trade coins like Doge or Crow or whatever you want to do, you can trade most of those coins here. And they got 10% discounts on trading fees right now for everybody. So we kind of went over our market update generally. And here's what I want to tell you guys. Right now, December is red, okay? Right now, December is red. But I want to know, will December end in red or green? I want to know your vote. Give us a vote in the YouTube poll I put out for you guys there today. I want to know what you think. Okay. Because right now we're in the red. Historically, it's mixed, to be honest with you. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not counting this year, 6 red Decembers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green Decembers. Now, granted, there's only been 2. Well, okay. This was a very bloody December because that was the end of the bull market. But in a bull market, I want you guys to know 2019, this was a very bullish year for crypto. And then we came and we ripped and roared into 2020, especially, April, May, July was great. June was calm to flat. We had a pump, but then it dumped. And then we ended that bull market in a rip roar November, December explosion in 2021. Now we saw 37%, just like that other. I believe that 2020 most closely resembles really 2024, right? In terms of like what our expectations should be for gains. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to see a 46% move for Bitcoin in December, but what I'm saying is I think that 2021, which is when the bull market ended for Bitcoin a few cycles ago, or last cycle, November, December. November was the top. We pumped in November, and then November ended red, and December was very red, and then January was red, and then we had a little bit of a bounce, but then we bled. And I think that we are going to see the blood begin at the end of 2025, and we're probably going to see it continue into 2026. Now, super cycle, pro crypto politics, maybe this all helps. Well, all we really have to go off is broader market theory right now and history. And history says bull markets last. How long? How long do they last? About 1,000 days from the bottom to the top. Which says we've got about 200 something days left. December could end red, but 2025 is the big bull market year, especially for altcoins. We started off in the right direction September, October, November. Maybe we're having a cool off in December. Maybe we flip green at the end of December. But regardless, I think that what you saw in 2021 is something that you can expect to see in 2025. Now, hopefully we don't get that big slip that we had in May and June, right? Hopefully we don't have that weird, you know, the thing that really bugged me about our last bull market, guys, I didn't really like what we saw with this whole double top thing. This was so annoying. Now, some people could have made out like a bandit there, right? You could have sold here. You could have bought back in here. You could have sold there if you execute it perfectly. Most people don't execute it perfectly. Actually, I just discovered yesterday, you know where David Portnoy bought his first $1 million worth of Bitcoin? He bought it right here, which seems like a good entry. He bought it in January of 2022, which was a good entry for a minute. And then it was a good entry. He was feeling good in March and then it crashed and he bought 29 Bitcoin right here. Guess what? Somewhere in here, he panic sold 15 of those Bitcoin and he only has about 15 left. So, you know, somebody like David Portnoy, I did a short on that yesterday for you guys. Bought Bitcoin here, $1 million worth, and panic sold some and still holds 15 Bitcoin over here, but he's probably wishing like, man, I wish I had held that other 50 Bitcoin. Now, David has a lot of money, so maybe he doesn't really care, but anyway, just very, very interesting. You know, it's hard to put, my point is, you know, sell this top, buy this bottom, sell this top. It's hard to do. David Portnoy did it probably the worst you could have done it, which is bought like literally on the dead cat bounce before the bull market really ended. And that's tough, but that happens. I don't want to see this game. I want to see a bull market like this. I want to see one where we have, yes, some big dips along the way, but overall just a blow off top explosion. And then, you know, a bear market that lasts, you know, roughly, I think they last like 400 days. Yeah. Right. So like about 300, it's like a year. The bear markets last a year. This was weird. You would have thought like, okay, maybe this is the bear market. Some people did think this. I didn't think it was the bear market. I thought we were getting another bounce. I actually, in the last cycle, the truth is in the last cycle, I thought we were going to break through this level. We did not. We did not. This cycle was very tricky. And now that we've got this institutional FOMO happening, hopefully we just have more upside and hopefully we're going to have like more of a blow off top like move for this total market cap. Some catalysts, some news today. Well, first off, I want to remind you guys, MicroStrategy bought another $561 million worth of Bitcoin today. Michael Saylor is not going to stop buying Bitcoin. Now he's trolling Jeff Bezos to say, Jeff, why don't you buy $600 million worth of Bitcoin as well? He just posted on a tweet of Jeff Bezos recently saying $600 million could buy a lot of Bitcoin. It could. This man's going to keep buying Bitcoin. Out of all the publicly traded companies, MicroStrategy owns the most amount of Bitcoin. I think one day, and I've said it before, Amazon or Microsoft or somebody out there is going to own more Bitcoin than MicroStrategies, unless they've just accumulated so much at such a low price. And one day, you know, it's a lot higher. And it could be a lot higher. You know, we're seeing Van Eck come out, $90 billion asset manager Van Eck, and say that Bitcoin could hit $42 million per Bitcoin by 2049. Somebody asked me a few streams ago, like, well, what about, you know, if how much Bitcoin is enough for your daughter? If I'm going to set aside some Bitcoin for my daughter, my kid, how much is enough Bitcoin? I said like 1 is insane. Why is 1 insane? Because if in 2049 you have a $42 million Bitcoin, your daughter doesn't need $42 million. Nobody needs $42 million. You could argue that you need, you know, maybe 3 million, right? That's like a magic number in my mind for like, you don't have to have a job if you have 3 million bucks. I think personally, if you manage it right and you're sharp. But need is still a strong word. You could get by at $1 million. It'd be harder than it used to be. That's for sure. 3 million is the new million. I think. And just a few short years ago, it was 2 million. But you know, that number keeps growing and it keeps getting harder. So Bitcoin is our escape route. Bitcoin at 42 million by 2049, even if you own 0.01 Bitcoin at that point, what do you get? If you have 0.1 Bitcoin, you've got like what at that point, $500,000 in Bitcoin, almost $400,000 in Bitcoin, or what? Maybe you have, I think you'd have $200,000. If you have if you have 0.1, you'd have $420,000 in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's at 42 million and you have 0.1 Bitcoin, you'd have $420,000 in Bitcoin. That's crazy, because 0.1 Bitcoin today is worth what? Like, what do we got? We got a price of we're at like 100K right now, so it'd be like 10 grand. So your 10 grand could turn to, you know, almost $500,000 by 2049 if you just hold 0.1 Bitcoin. Don't underestimate Bitcoin. A lot of people did. But now here we are at a point where you have the new presidential administration appointing, first of all, back on December 7th, former PayPal executive David Sachs as the AI and crypto czar. Now today, breaking news, we have the new administration naming Bo Hines to key digital assets role. What the heck is a Bo Hines, you might wonder? Well, I wondered the same thing, so I did a little bit of digging. On Sunday, new president announced that Bo Hines, a former congressional candidate from North Carolina, will serve as executive director of the Presidential Council of Advisors for Digital Assets. The council, a newly formed body under the new administration, will focus on shaping U.S. policy on cryptocurrencies and digital assets. It will be chaired by David Sachs, because David Sachs is the crypto czar. It'll be chaired by David Sachs, a prominent venture capitalist and tech entrepreneur who has been dubbed the incoming administration's crypto czar. Hines is a newcomer. He got attention recently. What he was talking about a lot was blockchain technology and its potential to revolutionize finance. This is exciting, guys. Bitcoin is still cheap relative to $42 million. Bitcoin is still cheap when you compare it to gold. Bitcoin is increasingly so, you know, and let's talk about this very quickly. U.S. crypto industry is eyeing possible day one Trump executive orders. One of them potentially being the Bitcoin National Strategic Reserve. Recently, during one of the FOMC meetings, we saw Fed Chair Powell come out and say, we don't have any intentions of buying Bitcoin. We legally can't. Congress could change the laws. Well, what if on day one, president puts out an executive order, something to the extent of buying Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, and Congress backs it, and, you know, the Senate backs it, and we all go pro crypto and la-di-da. Now the Fed Reserve is buying Bitcoin as a national strategic reserve. What if this all gets into motion on day one? That makes Bitcoin digital gold. Well, if Bitcoin would have flipped the market cap of gold, that's an $891,000 price for Bitcoin. If you're saying that that's impossible to happen in this bull market, then I don't think you're giving Bitcoin enough credit. That is a bold thing for me to say out loud. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I just think it's silly to say it's impossible. I'd say that's unlikely that we see Bitcoin actually achieve the market cap of gold in this bull market, but I'd say it's extremely likely that one day we are going to see Bitcoin bigger than gold. I think one day Bitcoin is going to be the largest asset in the world. And maybe one day something else is going to be bigger. But I think it'll be the largest asset in the world at some point. I think it's going to flip every other asset. And we're just continuing on this trend, guys. If Bitcoin's going to $42 million one day, it will be the biggest asset on this world. It's decentralized. It's easy for everybody to use. It's secure. It's not controlled by any one party. It's better than fiat. It's better than gold. It's the best. This is my belief. This is why we started a crypto YouTube channel 4 years ago, and have done over 4,000 videos about cryptocurrency, which is why if you like crypto, you should subscribe to this channel for more content. We're keeping it going, guys. We're going to keep it coming. We've got a lot of other things that we want to look out for with what could be coming from the new administration. Let's see some of the articles here. So, some people say they are not going to change policy on the ground on day one. Some people are skeptical, but they will tell you what direction the administration wants to head. I think this is a realistic take. We're going to get some language on day one about like the plans, and that could be bullish. But what we do want to see is some executive orders. Maybe they do enact some executive orders. Maybe it has something to do with strategic reserve. Maybe it has something to do with taxes. regarding crypto. That would be huge. Those are some of the catalysts that I'm looking out for. An announcement about a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and an announcement about like no taxes on Bitcoin or something. That would be nuts, guys. And that would be such a bullish catalyst for Bitcoin. Honestly, another bullish catalyst. I never liked Richard Hart. I always disliked him strongly. I thought he was a clown. I thought he was a show off. I thought he was glitz and glam. I thought he was he seems like a scammer. He's somebody who, if you lose money, he'd laugh in your face. And I never liked him. He is the founder of Hex and Pulse Chain. Anybody that's bought Hex or Pulse Chain is not in the money. The coin's down 99%. I don't think anybody has made, I mean, if you did make money on it, you sold, which means if you sold, you don't believe in the long-term future of the project, because we're going into a bull market. You would be accumulating this thing if you believed it. Anybody who accumulated Hex and Pulse Chain is probably very scared right now, and for very good reason, because the founder, Richard Hart, is now wanted by Interpol on charges of tax evasion and assault of a minor girl. Not very good. Horrible. I never liked him. Look at a couple photos of him. Look at a couple photos of him. You know, 6 watches on, gold, dollar. You know, I like gold, but he's got all the different things. He's got Gucci bags. There's many things of him, like with, you know, cars and the clothes and the whatever and the attitude. He was ragging on Bitcoin believers. He said Bitcoin stinks and it's a centralized, you know, dud. And heck, my chain's the best. It's most decentralized. His chain's terrible in terms of its performance. And also, you're a assaulter, and you are, let's see, you are huge tax fraud. Like, I'm not surprised to see the guys got tax fraud. I'm not surprised to see the guys got tax fraud at all. Here you go. You know, not a good chart. Down 78% on all time. This is just on CoinMarketCap. It's actually down like 99% if you look on like TradingView. If you look at Hex, also down extremely horribly. It says it's up quite a bit from the early days. So maybe perhaps people from the early days are up. But if you bought this thing anywhere, you know, in the 10 cents region, and at one point it was at 40 cents, it's now at 0.004. You're down 99% on your money, you know. If somebody tells you that their chain is better than Bitcoin, or that they're going to flip Bitcoin and Bitcoin's going to be irrelevant because of me and my stuff, run from those people. Those people are about them and they and their project. And Bitcoin is the movement. I think real creators that are building and devs that are building are supporters of Bitcoin. And if you're anti-Bitcoin, good luck in this space, because this is the Bitcoin world and you're living in it. This is the world of Bitcoin. What's going to be the asset that flips gold one day? Bitcoin, not Richard Hart's coin. Okay. Good riddance to this guy. And unfortunately for, you know, Hex and Pulse chain holders, is not good, but this guy is pompous. He's confident. He's a liar. I never liked him. And, I'm not surprised to see this headline come through. So just breaking news. Also, you know, conversations still going on about Google's quantum computing breakthrough and what it means for the future of Bitcoin and other cryptos. Google says it's still 10 years away from quantum that can decode crypto. 10 years, though. Kind of interesting. Its speed and accuracy could theoretically help provide hackers with the tools to unlock the algorithms that Bitcoin and crypto other currencies are built upon, but it's going to be 10 years away. So something to look out for, not something we have to worry for now. Maybe that's something that may prevent the future of Bitcoin one day, but maybe not. I don't know. That's one that's hard to wrap your mind around. I'll tell you, that one's hard to wrap your mind around. Altcoin season, though. Again, Bitcoin is coming down in price today a little bit. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Altcoins like Doge are showing strength today. While our total market cap is still trickling down a little bit. We're right here halfway between Bitcoin season and altcoin season. I want to see altcoin season. I know you do as well. We could be seeing it soon, my friends. We could really be seeing it quite soon indeed. Okay, let's do a little Q&A, guys. Let's do a little Q&A. I'm going to go to the Bitcoin chart. How's everybody doing today? Legacy Legend says, I wonder H-bar, XRP, ADR, H-bar, XLM will be worth in 2049. Yummy. Hopefully a lot more. Hopefully a lot more. Wouldn't that be great? Dr. MTG says, I'm new. What's the difference in the platforms? I signed up for BitNX, but I can't get into Vert AI. I don't know. The difference in platforms, different coins are listed, different liquidity, different prices that you're going to get, different reliability, different security. I don't know anything about that coin, Doctor. I don't know anything about that coin, but, and I don't really know much about that exchange. I do know about Blowfin. We've got a link if you want to sign up for Blowfin. I don't know if they offer that coin there. I don't know anything about that coin. Yeah, I don't know anything about that coin. Bitcoin dominance reigns for the moment. James, Bitcoin dominance reigns for the moment, but Bitcoin dominance, my friend, is slipping, James. And that's really great to see. Yeah, thanks, Coin Baron. I know you've been tracking it too. We've been talking about it together. Oh man, Crypto Keeper with a $9.99 super chat saying, killing it with Catzilla. Got in fairly early. What chain is that on, Crypto Keeper? Congrats to you, man. I'm glad you're making money. Coin Baron, yeah, me and you had a nice discussion the other day on Oscar Ramos' channel for our Crowcast collab. And yeah, Bitcoin dominance. But man, this line worked out great. The line worked out great. I've been talking about this. I was a little scared, you know, for some of the altcoins on that wick for sure, and on that daily candle close. But the good news and the best part about this right now is that I got a weekly candle that closed below it. Now, this weekly candle could come back up above it, but we're feeling good right now. I mean, I think we got altcoin season coming. We're due for altcoin season. It's got to come any moment. Could we get another move to the upside? We could, but I don't think we do. I've been saying, my heart of hearts says I think we reject off here. I think the top is in for Bitcoin dominance. That's my heart of hearts, how I feel. But I do leave room for the possibilities to all sides of the story, because that's the only smart way to do it. I mean, anything can happen. And if we sit here and we say only one thing can happen, then we're doing ourselves a disservice, right? But it is crazy that Bitcoin's coming down today and like Doge is not. That is weird. That is weird to me. Johnny Sevenfold says the sky is falling. It's holding fine right now. It's on Solana. In that super chat, did you want me to take a peek at the chart, or I don't want to. But congratulations, brother. Wheelchair Mafia says, have you seen PBTC meme? No. Purple Bitcoin? No, I have not seen that. Bitcoin memes, interesting. I don't know. James says, I hope it waits till my paycheck Friday. It seems like it tends to not do that, though. It seems to tend to pump before your paychecks, and then when you get your paycheck and you put it in, then it tends to dump. Isn't that how that goes sometimes? It's up to me? Okay. Well, maybe later, since you're so kind about it. I appreciate your super chat. I'm curious. I'll take a peek. You got me curious. Okay, I'll take a peek. Give me a little bit. We'll get into some of those DGEM modes here in a second. David Betts says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for another video. You got it, brother. You got it. He also says, do you think bonk? You're probably saying bonk. We'll get below key level soon. Let's look at bonk for you. What else do we get? My Filipino wife and I says, what are the best 3 indicators that predict the market is over and we're going into a bear market soon? Filipino wife and I, best 3 indicators are, the history. Let's do this question first, and then I'll come to some of these others. I don't know if these are indicators per se, but let's do this. Data. Let's work on data. Again, from the bottom to the top, my Filipino wife and I don't have a Filipino wife. That's the name of somebody on our channel. I've got a beautiful Italian wife that I love very much. From the bottom to the top of the bull market, they last about 1,000 days. And so far from the bottom to where we're at right now, we're only 784 days in. So it says we got about 220 days left. That's one indicator. Another indicator is, key price levels for Bitcoin. Like if Bitcoin falls below 42K, I think we've got some big problems. Okay? Big problems. Nobody's even talking about that level. Also, if our total market cap really crashes down below 3 trillion, that would also be a big indicator of like what's going on there. Like really crashes below it. Is there a world where the total market cap could, come down to one of these other levels again? It could. If it breaks down below 1.63, we're gonna have a real problem. Another indicators that I like, some of them are like, if I look at CoinGlass, one indicator that I really like to look at is this Bitcoin bubble index. Big green wall of surge, big green wall of surge, little tiny weak walls, little tiny weak wall of surge. We need to see some of this activity here before we can even say that we're done. Okay. That's another one. And then the other one is just very simply, this Bitcoin rainbow chart. And I think we've got to get up into at least, we've always gotten into the yellow. I think we get at least into the yellow, possibly even higher. I would say that this was a muted bull market because of the pandemic. And now we could have a, not the opposite of a muted bull market, a projected, amplified bull market because of all these stories we've got. So, those are a couple for you. I mean, those are just some simple ones to look at. Newbie from India. How's it going, Kumar? Cosmic Blaze says, Kip, how do I super chat? It's like a little money button and then you press it. And then, can somebody walk me through how to super chat? You press the little money button and then you like type in a question and then the dollar amounts if you want to super chat. And by the way, if you guys want to become a member on the channel as well, just know that like members are getting some of our content early. We're posting videos early for members. Like if I record a video that's going to be posted at like 4 o'clock today, it might already be posted on the channel for members. And so if you want to get some of the TA off that early, if you're a trader, that could be advantageous to you. If, you're trying to get perspective. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I ever say is financial advice. You should do your own trading signals, but yeah. So wait, somebody was asking me about a couple things. First, I know you want to see the cats. Bonk. Somebody asked me about Bonk. Let's look at Bonk. Bonk. Market cap. Big market caps. Where's Bonk? Why isn't Bonk there? Let's check this out. Bonk. Do I think the bottom's in for Bonk? If Bonk got down to 1.5 billion, I would feel very comfortable to say like bottom really could be in there. The problem I have is this. If this total market cap slips down here, Bonk could come a little bit lower. I do love that Dogecoin's finding some support here. But Dogecoin's been having more strength than Bonk lately. What I wanted to share with you guys was, we'll look at this. We'll go. I want to do Solana. Because if we're talking about Bonk, we got to look at Solana. Kind of broke Ruler's trend line. Not really. It's kind of finding support there. But like, there's a war where Solana could even come back down to 120 again. I don't want to see that. I don't. But if Solana's got more room for downside, then so does Bonk. And if total market cap's got more room from downside, then I would say Solana's probably got some more room for downside too, and so does Bonk. Dogecoin's holding up for some reason. It's because of this. I guess it's because of the support here on Dogecoin. Dogecoin holders are probably keeping a good eye on this Doge versus Bitcoin chart. It's really holding up versus Bitcoin right now. Even though Bitcoin's coming down, Dogecoin versus Bitcoin's holding up right now. Dogecoin's at 31 cents today, holding the 30-cent floor pretty well. Bitcoin dominance is coming down, so that's cool. It could be a floor here for sure. It could be. I mean, it's possible. There's a peak there. There's a little peak there. This could be finding some floor here, but I would be, cautious and say, hey, there could be a world where comes a little bit lower, come down to like 2 billion. It could come. I wouldn't be surprised if it came all the way down to like 1.4, 1.5 billion before continuing to the upside. But I also wouldn't be surprised if crypto just rallied here. So it's really hard to say. The best thing you can do is if you're trying to find a bottom is just like DCN. Buy a little bit here. If it comes down lower, buy a little bit here. If it comes back up and you still want more, buy a little bit more, right? But take profit on the way up, my friends, too. That way you can buy the dips when they come. Let's see. What did you call this coin? Oh, I got a $3 super chat from my Filipino wife, and I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Love to you and your family. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Happy holidays. Cancel. Oh, man. Jeez, that's a low market cap coin right there. No thanks, man. Good luck. Crypto Keeper. You're degening, brother. You are degening. I love it. I think that's fun. You're having some fun over there. Bonk, got your nose. Oh, man, Bonk. I'll tell you. Do I still hold Bonk? No, I actually... I did hold... I bought a little Bonk once. No, I don't. Black Sea was the big Bonk guy. He still holds Bonk. He was big on Bonk. He made a lot on Bonk. He was bigger in Solana in general. Total D-Chat Crypto Keeper. Crack me up, man. Thanks for the super chat. Hope you're making bank. Good. Make bank. Be careful, brother. Daryl Young says, I hope prices stay depressed until I could put in some longs at the beginning of January. Oh, man. Well, I hope you get some good trades, too. Hope you get some good trades. Where are you trading, Daryl? Where do you trade? Johnny Sevenfold says, Stacks, bro. I know. Tears for Stacks. Tears for Stacks. But also, cheers to the dip, Good dip to buy still. I know. Stacks is frustrating. I've done a lot of content on Stacks. I'm bullish on Stacks, guys. I don't see how you could be bearish on the #1 L2 for Bitcoin DeFi. The fact of the matter is we just haven't had our true altcoin season yet. Stacks ain't going to rip until that big altcoin season. I think I'm bullish on Stacks. Still bullish on Stacks. Johnny Sevenfold. I feel your pain with Stacks. Me and Black Sea both. This is a great accumulation zone for Stacks, though. You can very clearly see that there's some kind of floor forming right here. Actually, let's pull up the Stacks chart. Let's do a little Stacks peek. It's been a minute. Look at that. I haven't even drawn a line on this in a while. Look at this. Just like these are areas for longs. These are areas for longs. Now, there's a world where, we slip a little bit more. Careful for big wicks. Big wicks, they happen sometimes. There's a world where Stacks to break down lower. Though I think this is a decent long opportunity, to be honest with you. That is not financial advice. Renee says, if this dump doesn't shake us out, nothing will. I love it. You're right. Arthur says, BTC is gone. Time for Crow. You're an altcoin bull. I love it. Use KuCoin. Okay, KuCoin. Johnny Sevenfold says, I am out of dry powder. Work has been no bueno. Sorry, brother. What do you do for work, Johnny? Well, hopefully the altcoin season does you right. It should be coming, I think. Wheelchair Mafia says, do you see that the new president just aped into Ondo? He's been buying a lot with that. Whatever that is, the his money alliance or whatever. Tile contractor. That's hard work. You got strong wrists and forearms then. My dad did that when he was a kid. His forearms are jacked. You'd win the arm wrestle between me and you, Johnny. You'd beat me in an arm wrestle. For sure. Well, anyway, I hope your altcoin portfolio pops for you. Filipino wife and I says, I just noticed in the app that there's sports betting on football games. Yes. So crypto.com now is doing sports betting as well, which is wild. No, that's a true story, Johnny. My dad was a tile contractor. What is that? I don't know what good grip for what? What are those? I'm just looking through the chat here. Oh, Croman says Mary may have found a bottom. Yeah, I agree. We talked a lot about Mary on the Cronos chain on this channel. I'm a holder of it myself. I'm biased, so do your own research, guys. But, you know, rumors have it that there's an exchange listing coming. Everybody's waiting for it. But if it doesn't get listed in December, there's going to be a lot of disappointment among the community. So we're going to have to see. The founder of this project says ultimate weapon in December. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. For pew pew. I got you. Yeah. You go to the range a lot, Johnny? I'd show you mine, but I can't. I don't think that YouTube allows that. Yeah, I don't think YouTube allows. I like mine though. I don't even want to talk about it, but I like it. You know, it's a classic. I got a classic. Lives says when Crow pump soon. Hopefully. Let's get an altcoin pump first, huh? Just general altcoin pump, Crow can pump. Mary's doing well though. I hope we did find a bottom here. I do think we did. Hopefully, if they don't get the listing in December, then we'll see. I'm holding. I don't know. I think eventually it's going to get listed, so I'm holding. Let's see how it goes. If you guys want to trade for yourself, you can sign up using our link for Blowfin. Check it out if you haven't done so already. I want to move to Idaho or Arizona. Idaho is a beautiful state. One of my favorite trips of my life was a river rafting trip in Idaho. It was awesome. What else is going on? Is there anything popping off on base chain today? Not a lot, really. Yeah, we're waiting, guys. We are waiting. Stacks is bleeding. I know. Good buying opportunities here. Bitcoin's coming down still. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're either going to have a nice bounce here or we are going at least to 90. We could see this could be the move to 85K, guys. If that happens, this could turn the other way. If Bitcoin really starts to fall, altcoins should probably bleed more. Still. That would be scary for Stacks, I'll tell you. And then maybe you see Stacks break even lower. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to see that. But it is possible. It is possible. Though I think it holds here. My lowest cap guilty pleasure bag, it is Mary on Cronos for sure. My lowest cap guilty pleasure bag, it is the Cronos coin. It is the Cronos meme Mary, no doubt. Which is not like, I'm not telling you guys you should buy that. You know, don't buy something just because I have it. You buy something because you believe in it. I can't stress that enough. You buy something because you believe in it. Please do your own research. I do know Crow with Nave Arthur. I'm bullish on it as well. We need the Cronos coin mania to come back, though. We need altcoin season. If you survive the 2022 dip, you're a fearless OG. I've survived all the dips. Yeah, I don't really go very low cap. I don't go very, very low cap. I'll dabble with 1 or 2K here or there with little ones, but I don't consider that a, big bag. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Crypto Kip. Smash the like button on your way out, guys. DCA HODL, be safe, be happy, be healthy. Happy holidays to you guys. I do believe that I'm going to be live streaming both tomorrow and on Christmas Day, because we are relentless about the content here, and we'll keep it coming. That's all I got. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, tap the like. I'll see you next time, y'all. Blessings to all you. Thanks for the super chats today. Make that money, guys. Make that money, guys. Balloons. Balloons. Bye.